Hello, how are we doing, people? How are we doing today? Let's get this microphone closer to my mouth. There we go. Hello, how are we doing? Guys, today we're going to do a quick stream. I know I say this every single time, and then we end up doing like 4 hours. Today is going to be like an hour and a half, hour and 40 tops. A few reasons. One reason being, last time we did 4 hours, which is just mad. And the second reason being, this is just about foreign films, or I like to call it world cinema. So we're not going to go into, a variety of different subjects. If it comes up and we go all over the place and we tend to do, then we will do that. But for me, I'd like to keep it very much focused on world cinema and just having a chat. We're going to talk about the best of world cinema. So I'm going to, in a minute, go through a few of the best films that I think are some of the best films. Then we're going to talk about my top 10 for films, and you guys can kind of see if you agree with me, and it will be in order as well. And then lastly, I'm going to go through your guys' suggestions for the best world cinema films ever. I don't like the term foreign film, and I think Brutal Bad Boy corrected me a couple of streams ago when he said world cinema, and I think it's a better term for what we're about to talk about rather than foreign film, because again, if I'm living in Poland, then a British film is a foreign film, so I don't like that phrase. And the word foreign has quite negative connotations, I feel, as well. So world cinema is what we shall call it. As always, guys, hit the like button, and I want your marks out of 10. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling a 10? Are you feeling a 1? If you're feeling a 3 or 4 or 5 or a 6, why? Why do you feel a 4, 5, 3, 2, 1, 6? Let me know. I'm feeling about a 7. It's second day of the week in terms of the working week, so it's been pretty. I've got a staff member off, so I'm doing a lot of work, and I'm not talking about this work. I'm not talking about YouTube work. I'm talking about daytime work. So it's a lot of heavy lifting. But I'm here, and that's another reason why I'm not going to stay on for 4 hours, because I'm getting my ass slammed. Pause at the office. So, guys, love to see you here. Vitaphone, hello. White Noise, hello. We've got a 7 already off the gate. Love that. 7s. White Noise, big love to you. Thank you for the comment on the video. I think you're the first person that commented in the last video, so thank you. 7, a bit tight. So am I. I got another 7 here. Kerwin, good to see you. Guys, what I'm going to love about this show, what I love about everyone here so far, is that this is a very obscure, I think it's quite an obscure subject. We're not talking about what everyone else is talking about. We're not talking about Star Wars and the Acolytes and Bad Boys and why cinema's failing. We're talking about world cinema, just great world cinema films. And I think the fact that you guys are here and you're cultivating such a beautiful thing is testament to why I started the channel. I always said I didn't want to be a negative YouTuber just talking about nonsense. Obviously, sometimes I do reviews of films and I might be negative because that's just, subjectivity. But for the most part, I want to stay positive. And I think some of my first videos, one of my first videos was about French cinema, or about how French cinema is failing right now. And there's only I think 20,000 people going to the cinema, I think, on average, a year. I think I need to double check on that fact. But yeah, French cinema is in the dumps. And that's a shame, because I think it's my favorite cinema. And guys, if you can see the pinned comment, I want to know what is your favorite cinema in terms of, maybe it's Scandinavian, maybe it's South American, maybe it's French, German, Dutch. Never know. Polish, British, maybe it's American, good old American Pie. Who knows? I think American Pie means something else, doesn't it? I think that song's about something else, isn't it? Maybe someone can help me out with that as well. I think it's quite a dirty. Is it a dirty thing? You Americans in the house, let me know. Anyway, 8. Very good, Brutal Bad Boy. Good to have you here. Whoa, MK. 10. That is so good. That is amazing. So I did recommend Luther on the last stream. It's so good. If you've not seen Luther, guys, get onto it now. So, guys, this is a proper program and not this. Exactly. Honestly, I don't know how they do it. I actually respect the hustle of the YouTubers who talk about trash just all day long. I'm not going to criticize them because I absolutely respect the hustle because that takes a lot. I can't imagine doing that every day. I feel soulless at the end of the day. And I think some people obviously have this as their day job. So they need the clicks, they need the money. I'm fortunately not in that position, so I can have a stream about world cinema, even though I know it's not going to have the most viewers in the world, but I don't care. I'm here to enrich myself and hopefully you guys as well. Just watched a Brazilian documentary, The Edge of Democracy. Loved it. Love that. Hey, Dace, how you doing? Not seen you in a while, I think. Hello, Ray. Saw your comment earlier on as well. Good to have you on board. And I think this might be a new person. Are you new? Atiko? Hopefully I'm saying that right. Hello, how are you? Guys, all right. Let's go straight into this because I'm not going to do 4 hours tonight. So I'm going to go straight into this. We're not going to dilly-dally around. I'm going to tell you guys what I consider to be the best films, and I might miss out on some from different places in the world. But in the meantime, whilst I'm doing this, can you guys let me know? I've pinned a comment at the top of the chat. Let me know what I don't know, country, region. Let me know what you think, where you think the best cinema has come from in the past 100 and whatever it's been, 25, 26 years, probably a little less than that. Let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to tell you what I think are the best films from these specific countries. I'm going to probably miss out on a lot of them because I've not had a lot of time to go over this, but let me start off in France because that's my favorite place for cinema. And I've gone with La Haine. I've gone with La Femme Nikita. I've gone with The Class. If you've seen The Class from 2008, wonderful film. Very obscure, but it's not that obscure, but it's not a very well-known film. Amélie, 2 Days, 1 Night, which is a film with Marion Cotillard. Un Profit or A Prophet, which came out in 2009, I want to say. Could be wrong. Breathless, which is a classic French New Wave film. The Wages of Fear, which I didn't know was French. I knew that the dialogue was in French because I've seen it, but I didn't know it was French until today. Amour by Michael Haneke. Caché by Michael Haneke. Irreversible, which is a brilliant film, if you've not seen it, by Gaspar Noé, Argentinian director who makes a lot of French films. The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, which is an amazing film. And Intouchables, and then Elle, which is a Dutch director in Paul Verhoeven, with, I think, the best actress in the world ever, maybe, in Isabelle Huber. And in Spain, we have The Sea Inside. In fact, let me stop there. What do you guys think about that list? What do you think? La Haine is great. Absolutely beautiful film. I remember seeing it as like a 13-year-old, and I didn't understand some of the undertones and the political messages. And then it's weird because even when you're a kid and you're watching something and you get the political undertones in the sense of you understand the raw emotion, like even Do the Right Thing, I understood because Do the Right Thing is basically La Haine. It's the same film. Matthew Kozovitz basically copied the film, but it's the sentiments are very different because it's French and it's so forth. But as you guys probably know, French people don't mess around when it comes to politics. They like to riot and cause a storm, which I love. But when I was 13, I kind of understood the rawness of it. I didn't understand the political messages, but I understood the rawness of it. It's a beautiful film. Bulgaria, USA, Japan. I've seen 0 French movies. Oh my God, Dace. Oh my God. What? NL is mediocre? Mediocre. I need more information. Give me some more information. You don't have to give me a big sentence. I'll star it and we'll talk about that in a bit. I love to hear people's opinions when it's so different. By sheer number of films, I think Hong Kong, Japanese, then European. Yeah, I think it depends on the genre too. Spain has some great horror gems. Agreed with that. I've seen mostly French cinema. Love The Intouchables. Totally agree. Sounds like some fine cinema. Hello, Kenny. Germany, Germany's good. Does the piano teacher count as French? It sure bloody does. And we're going to talk about that in a bit. All right, Spain, The Sea Inside. I actually ran out of names for Spanish films because I've not seen many Spanish films. I've not delved into the work of is it Pedro Almodovar? I've not delved into his work, so otherwise this list would be a lot bigger. It's got three names: The Sea Inside, Open Your Eyes, and Wild Tales. Then I went to Japan, and there's probably so many other films here, but Seven Samurai, Audition, Rashomon, Tokyo Story. Guys, there's probably so many other films. In fact, let's stop there for a minute and talk about Japanese films, because I have probably missed out on so many films there. Good day, Willard. Good to see you again. Yeah, so Japanese films. Almodovar. I definitely didn't say that right. I don't want to put a Spanish twang on it as well, because that's just offensive. So, yeah. For the Spanish, absolutely, yeah, I think everyone does. I've not seen any of his films because I've avoided watching his films, and I've avoided watching Tarkovsky's films because, well, to me, they're like super masters, and I think I need to delve into them on a very individual basis without kind of fracturing my watching habits with them. So, guys, what do you think about hello, Rositas? How you doing? How you doing out of a 10 as well, Rositas? What are you thinking about my Japanese list, guys? What would you add to the Japanese list? If you want to hear it again, it was Seven Samurai, Audition, Rashomon, and Tokyo Story. What else would you add to that list? And I will add, there you go, White Noise, Ran. There's so many other Kurosawa films that I've neglected here. I thought I'd let you guys fill in the blanks. The Japanese are great. Tetsuo Ishi the Killer, yeah, that is also to Takashi Miike. I'm going to write that down. Ishi the Killer. Woman in the Dunes, not heard of that. A Cult is My Passport, not heard of that either. This is why I love you guys. African, you know what, Dace? I've got some South African movies on this list, but I haven't got any African movies from any other place. So in a minute, when I do the South African list, if we can go through, if you've got any names, we can go through that and I can add it on there. Italian. Probably missed out on so many films here as well, but I've got The Bicycle Thief, 8.5, and I've got Cinema Paradiso. So guys, what are we thinking about that? Let me know. Obviously, there's films like, what's that film in the concentration camp? I can't remember the name of it. It won an Oscar. But there's that film. There's obviously more works of Fellini, like, what's it called? La Dolce Vita, I think it's called. Yeah, what are we thinking, guys, with the Italian list? Because I think, honestly, I think my Japanese list, I just ran out of time today. My Japanese list and my Italian list are appalling. I had like 20 French films and I've got like 3 Italian and Japanese films. That's so bad. So, guys, High and Low, great film. I'm not going to talk about the Spike Lee remake coming up because I've moaned about that for the past few streams. Burmese Harp was a fantastic Japanese movie. NL, didn't know about that. Never heard of it. Life is Beautiful. That's the one. I think it's got an Italian name, though, hasn't it? It's got an Italian name. Life is Beautiful. Beautiful. You beautiful people. South Korea. We're going to come on to South Korea. Okay, this is your list of the best cinema from the best. Okay, cool. We'll come on to that in a bit. Intouchables is fantastic. Agreed, Kenny. Pokemon. I've never seen Pokemon. I never will. Princess Mononoke. And I think also the other one by the same person. As you can tell, I'm not an animation buff. But Spirited Away is the other one, isn't it? But we're going to talk about that in a bit. Right. A few dollars more. That is technically Italian. That's very good. I like what you did there, White Noise. I like what you did there. Right. Let's move on. So, Scandinavian Celebration, which is also known as Festen, Danish film, I believe. It was the second. So I don't know if you guys know about this, but there was a movement called the Dogma movement. Dogma 95, I think it was called. Started by 3 Scandinavian directors, One of them being Thomas Vinterberg, the director of The Hunt and Another Round. He started it with the director of Dancer in the Dark, which starred Bjork, and that film with Kirsten Dunst, which I can never remember the name of, Melancholia. So yeah, they started a movement which was it was a movement of challenging the conventions of filmmaking. So I don't want to preach to the converted. I'm sure you guys know about this, but basically they could only use certain types of equipment. There was only a certain amount of editing that was used, not allowed to do special effects, so forth, so forth. Anyway, Festen is one of the first films, or Celebration is one of the first films of the Dogman movement. And if you've seen Succession, I know Vitaphone loves Succession. This TV show, Succession, is based around this film. So if you love Succession, you'll love this film. The Hunt, which is a Thomas Vinterberg film with Mads Mikkelsen. Another Round, another Mads Mikkelsen film with director Thomas Vinterberg. And Persona, which is a Swedish film by the incredible Bergman. So guys, what other Scandinavian films do you love? Here we go. Valhalla Rising. I've never seen that, but I believe that is Mads Mikkelsen again, is it? With the guy with the face, director of Drive. Is it him? The Celebration. Pusher. Yeah, Celebration, I said. Pusher is good. Pusher is good. Pusher 1 and 2 are good. I don't think they're incredible, but they are good. They are good. I've not seen The Green Butchers. That seems like a very good film. Celebration is hallucinating. Hallucinating. Is that a word? Recitus. Hallucinating. I love that word. Bizarre movie. It's such a good movie. Dance in the Dark and Melancholia with Dassit Von Trier. Mr. Von Trier, who at the Cannes Film Festival for that very film, Melancholia, said that he understands the thoughts of Hitler as a joke. I think it was meant to be a joke. And that did not go down too well. The face on Kirsten Dunst when he said that joke was priceless. Breaking the Waves. It's amazing. That's the one. So Breaking the Waves, set in Scotland, British film. Technically, it's a British film, really, with Emily, one of the Emilys. I forgot which Emily it is, but really good film. Really, really good film. I say really good film. I don't think it is a really good film. I think it's a really challenging film. It challenges you. I'm not a big fan of Von Trier, to be honest with you. A Royal Affair, I have heard of that, but I've not seen it. Monsieur Claude and His Daughters. That is a French movie. We'll come on to that in a minute. Let the Right One In. That's a great choice. Let the Right One In. In fact, I think Vitaphone had that on his list, which we're going to talk about later on. Let the Right One In. And Tom Holt. Tom, this is the first time you've been in here, but it's great to have you, if it is. I've never been to finish Valhalla Rising, but I want to. I never started it, so you've gone one step better than me. That's it. Nicholas Winding Refn. Only Norwegian movie I've seen is Troll. Yes, I think everyone's seen Troll. It was on Netflix. I don't think it's on Netflix anymore, but it was on Netflix for a while. And we're talking about Troll 2, because if anyone's seen Troll 2, then yeah, well, the quality is a little bit different. It's a bit like this.
They're eating her, and then they're going to eat me. Oh my God!
That is Troll 2. That is not Troll, the Scandinavian film. What's this? Oni Baba. I've not heard of that. Only God Forgives. So I think Only God Forgives is actually an American film by a Scandinavian director. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think I've said this on the stream before. One of my best friends, he's also my cinematographer. He took me to the cinema to watch two films, and two films I will never forget in my whole life because they were both atrocious. One was Spring Breakers, which is just awful film. And the other one was Only God Forgives, which I also consider to be an awful film. Just letting you know. Sense of Snow, Julia Ormond. She is a wonderful actress. British, I think. Submit to hold that text. Hello, Stephen J. I've got the one already. Okay, I'm going to move on now. I'm going to move on to some South American Troll Hunters. That's the one, Troll Hunters. Oh my God. Dead Snow is a cult movie. Where's that from, Kenny? Where's Dead Snow from? Okay, Asia. I'm moving on to Asia. So guys, keep up. So I've done Japan. I don't know why I put Japan separate from Asia. I think I just ran out of time. But Asia, In the Mood for Love, Old Boy, The Handmaiden, Train to Busan, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Now, I know you guys are going to love this one. Tell me about some Asian films. Help me out, because my list is pathetic. My list is pathetic. I mean, where's Hero on this list? Where's House of Flying Daggers? Where's all the great martial arts films? What am I doing? So poor. So, guys, what we liking here? What we liking? Wong Kar-wai is a wonderful director, wonderful director from Hong Kong, and yes, In the Mood for Love is one of his films. Also, Chungking Express is one of his films as well. I want to see Crouching Tiger. I don't know where. You can get it on Amazon. It's on Amazon. It might even be on Netflix, but I don't know. Ray, you're based in the Middle East, right? So, or North Africa, sorry. So I'm not sure if it will be on Netflix in North Africa. Hero's kind of disappointing. Well, Hero is Rashomon, but with really modern day special effects and fighting. But it's a really good film. I really enjoyed it. Hovering Knife in theaters right now is one I really like from Asia. I've not heard of that, Tom. Where's it from? Which part of Asia? I saw The Devil. Do you know what, Bootle Bad Boy? I don't like that film. And it's a real shame because it's got the lead guy from Old Boy and the guy from Squid Games as well. But I just didn't. It was really, if anyone's not seen it, it's about a serial killer who kills a guy's girlfriend. And then the guy whose girlfriend has been killed decides he's going to catch and release the serial killer over and over again. And this goes on for about 2 hours and 10 minutes, just over and over again. And it got repetitive and I didn't enjoy it, but many people love it. So Into the Dragon is wonderful, but I do think that's an American film. Someone can fact check me on that. Chungking Express, Fallen Agents, love those films, kind of. The Red Lantern is brilliant. I say kind of to those films because I don't know. I think I need to rewatch Chungking Express. I've not seen Fallen Angels. The Red Lantern, though, is a classic Chinese film. I think. Chinese? Help me out, guys. House of Flying Daggers, for sure. Better Luck Tomorrow, which is a Hong Kong film. I think it's John Woo, isn't it? White Noise. I saw The Devil is All Right. The back part is really... Yeah, the back part didn't work for me. Even the front part, I just didn't like it. I know The Bandit Queen's a good Indian film. Can't pirate anyone. We don't do pirating here. We're trying to save cinema here. We do not do any pirating here. We buy things so everyone can save their jobs. That's what we do here. Some other Asian films I would put on the list are The Burning. Burning is fucking fantastic. Sorry to swear so early in the stream, but Burning is beautiful. Beautiful film. The performance from Stephen, guy from Walking Dead, is just wow. I didn't think he was that good until I saw that film. I was like, damn, this guy's a good actor. Because I obviously knew him from Walking Dead. In The Walking Dead, if you've seen the first few seasons, he's like the little kid making jokes, sarcastic, whatever. I thought, he's not going to be anything special. He bloody was. What performance. So VitaFan, we're talking about Asia. We're talking about Asian films that I've missed out on. So In the Mood for Love, Old Boy, The Handmaiden, Train to Busan. If anyone's seen Train to Busan, what a film. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Hero, House of Flying Daggers, I Saw the Devil, Enter the Dragon, The Red Lantern, and Burning. And there's so many others that I've not written down, but you guys can help me out here. Hovering Knife Chinese, I think it 2009. Love that, Tom. By the way, again, Tom, good to have you on board, my friend. Shaolin Soccer, oh my God. And to add on to that, what about Kung Fu Hustle? Same director. Incredible film. Incredible. Red Lantern took me forever to get. Yeah, I haven't started it. I always struggle with these massively long films. I can't do 2 sit-ins, so I need to have like a day set aside to sit down and watch a 3-hour movie. Judu and The Red Lantern are from Zanzibar. That's probably not the right pronunciation. The Human Condition trilogy. Don't know about that. Hello, Godzilla, as well. Good to have you in here. Audition. So I said audition. Tetsu. Someone else said that earlier on. And Taiwanese. Yes, it is. Like, is that film Yi? I think that's Internal Affairs is mediocre. One of the ultra few rate. Okay, I've not seen Infernal Affairs. I've only seen The Departed, and The Departed is wonderful. Hustle is just awesome. Kung Fu Hustle is brilliant. It is brilliant. Edward Yang, that's it. Edward Yang. Who is that actually? Private Applesauce. You've been on here before, haven't you, Private Applesauce? But you haven't. If you haven't, then good to have you on board. Paul Smith, Hard Boiled. I liked Hard Boiled. I'm not a big John Woo fan. I thought I was when I was a kid. I loved the film. Is it not Hard Target? What's the other one? Broken Arrow with John Travolta and Christine Slater. I loved that film as a kid because the dialogue's very Tarantino-esque. I think Tarantino goes for it, some of the dialogue. It was just after Pulp Fiction. I mean, the film's crap, but after watching that film, I thought I actually liked John Woo. And then, because he was shit hot at the time. And then I saw Mission Impossible 2, and I was like, do I like John Woo? Because obviously Face Off came out after Broken Arrow. And then Mission Impossible 2 came out, and I went, I don't think I like John Woo. Because he's just, even then, like I was super young, but I was like, he's kind of just doing the same thing. There's doves, there's slow-mo, there's dove, there's slow-mo. So I'm not sure if I'm a John Woo fan, but hey, he's one of the legends. One of the legends in the game. All Quiet on the Western Front. I didn't like that film, Godzilla. I know so many people love that film. I didn't like it. It just felt like misery porn. Absolute misery porn. And again, with some of these war films, I've just seen so many of them. It's like, I know what you're saying. War's bad. I get it. I understand war's bad. I don't need to watch 3 hours of war is bad. I want to see a war film where war's fun. That's what I want to see next. So, something like Inglourious Basterds is a refresher. It's refreshing. I don't like John Woo. Oh, I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan. Brutal Bad Boy, totally agree. Yeah, Brighter Sun. Come on, Monk. I know, I've not touched any of these films. I'm so sorry. He's another director that I need to sit down and watch all these films in one go. That's what I normally do with directors. I normally watch their films in one go. So I'll have like 3 or 4 weeks of just watching those directors' films in one go. So I don't like breaking it up. I like just kind of, this is why I've not watched Panther Panchal by the amazing Ray, because I'm slacking. I know I'm slacking, guys. Woo's action is top notch. It's all right. It's okay. Parasite. Yep. I will take that. Harakiri. I need to watch that. It's on my list of films to watch. Right, guys. This was incredible. The stream's not ending, by the way. If you've just joined, I normally do like a 3 to 4 hour stream. At the beginning of the stream, I normally say, I'm only going to come on here for an hour or so. And then so far, it's always been like 2 hours and a half, 3 hours. Last one was 4 hours. So I'm not doing that tonight. I'm going to keep it really simple. And we are going to do what we just did now. I'm then going to tell you my personal, what I think are the top, my favorite top 10 foreign movies. I'm going to do that now. And then after that, I'm going to listen to you guys, and you can tell me what you think. I put a little post on my community page today, and a lot of you guys got back to me and said what you think the best foreign world cinema films are, not foreign films, world cinema films are. And I'll go over that last, and then we'll be done. So it's going to be a nice short one tonight, but we're going to have fun. We're going to have loads of fun, starting with my list. And guys, I'm going to go from 10 to 1. So I'm going to go from the furthest, or number 10, to the closest, 1. And each time I'm going to bring up a picture of the film, and then you guys can tell me what the film is, first and foremost. And then I'll tell you a little bit about what I think about the film and why it's on my top 10 of best world cinema ever. And maybe you guys can tell me what you think. But before that, I had this amazing video sent to me by, forgot who sent it to me because the email address doesn't correspond to the name on the chat. But honestly, it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. There's actually 2 clips. There's actually 3 clips. I cut one into 2. So we're going to start off with the first clip, which is hilarious. And if the person's in the chat right now, please put your hand up because honestly, it made me laugh for ages. I think this is the first clip. So enjoy, guys.
Hang on, Ronnie. We got some nutcase in front of us.
Man, he must be smoking some heavy doobies.
Whew.
Come on!
Move it, Herring. They're just up ahead.
You got him, bro.
I think they're gone now.
Yep. Here's the gun, Skater. Blow him away.
No problem, baby.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I love that. I love it. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. What is going on? Who made that film? Who actually thought that was a good scene? Brilliant. Absolutely love it. There's a conclusion to that scene that I'm going to show you guys in a bit. But for now, let's move on to my top 10. Oh, Kenny, it was you. Kenny. It just said K on the email. And I was like, damn it, I'm downloading it today. And I couldn't see a strand with your name on it. So I was like, who sent me this? I want to credit the person. So Kenny, thank you so much. Because honestly, I laughed all afternoon. And there's the other clip that's going to come up as well is incredible. You're missing Kurosawa. Do you know what? Rositas, I think MK is, but I'm not. And we're going to go through my top 10 right now. Right now, Cohen. Exactly. What is it? We're going to watch the rest of it later on, guys. So stick around. Stick around. There's more. All right. This is the first film. What film is this? Obviously, the picture is not the best. I'll get it up here. There we go. So what film is that? In the chat. Let me know what film it is. So you guys are all here because you love cinema. And I can tell from everyone's comments so far that you guys are like just avid film fans. I'm not talking to a bunch of amateurs. I'm not talking to a bunch of Zack Snyder fans. I'm talking to real cinema lovers. And I think if you've jumped onto the stream, then you've come here for a reason. You're not come here to talk about, George Lucas or Steven Spielberg or so forth. So not today anyway. Today you've come to talk about some world cinema. And I'm assuming that you guys know what film that is. There we go. Breathless. Breathless. Of course. Of course. So that's what I was going to talk about, what Vitaphone said there, which is French New Wave, which I'm sure you guys know all about. So I don't want to insult you too much. But French New Wave, for me, is the reason, even now, all these years on, so what are we in, 60 years on, is the reason for American cinema being the way it is now. It changed the way the actors act. It changed the way films are edited. One of the most crucial films for changing it is this film, Breathless, which if you've not seen, the editing is absolutely wonderful. Let me put it on screen there. The acting, the editing's just mad. It's mad editing. There's a lack of coherence, but it still works. It's a tremendous, tremendous film. And to top it all off, the film Bonnie and Clyde, which I think came out in 1967, which is Faye Dunaway and the guy who messed up at the Oscars. What a film. What an incredible film. And Bonnie and Clyde kind of copied the editing in this film, the ideas in this film. And from then on, American cinema kind of changed. The Graduate, which is the poster behind me, which you can't see, but it's right there. Also used some of the techniques used in French New Wave, and they're still being used now. So it's definitely the most important movement, in my humble opinion, in cinema. But yeah, I guess it's an old film. It is. It came out in 1960. 1960. It's a Godard film. Not all of us know, including me. Oh, okay. I see. Ultimate compliment, kind of those. Okay. Just saw one movie from Godard. It wasn't the best experience for me. Yeah, it's a good. So the thing is with the French New Wave films, they're very Marmite. So I don't know if you guys all know what Marmite is across the world, but I'm sure you do. You either love it or you hate it. I'm not a huge fan of some of the French New Wave films. I love the sentiment behind them. I love the energy behind them, but some of them are not great. And Godard is hit or miss, very much so hit or miss. There's a lot more succinct French New Wave directors. And Godard, he's the innovator, but he's not one of the best. But he kind of is, but he's not at the same time. But anyway, Alphaville is a film I could not stand. Alphaville. I'm so sorry. Hated it so much. I turned it off after about halfway through. I was like, I don't like this film, and I don't want to keep sitting here for another hour watching this film. So I just turned it off. I'm learning film from this channel and from the chat. Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here to learn and explore. Even I'm learning things from you guys. Some amazing things from you guys. So thank you. Right, guys, that is number 10. 400 Blows is a good film. Hello, Omar, as well. I think it's the first time. So hello, good to meet you. Right, I'm going to remove this film now. I'm going to add number 9. If you guys have seen the films or don't agree with my top 10, let me know. But this is the next film. Let me know if you know what film it is. Let me put that big on the screen. Who can tell me what film that is? Who's going to jump in and tell me? I think I've messed up my top 10 list. It's all good. Yeah. What film is that, guys? Oh, someone got it. Someone got it. White Noise, The Piano Teacher. Absolutely. So this is from Michael Haneke. This film came out in 2001, I think, 2002. It won the best prize at the Cannes Film Festival. Yeah, guys, this film is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing, by one of my favorite directors, one of the most real directors ever. Just honestly incredible director. And the film is, I don't want to give it away, but it's about a piano teacher, and it does star Isabelle Huppert, who I absolutely adore. I think she's an incredible actress. And yeah, this film is just it's next level indeed. Has anyone seen it? Has anyone seen it? Let me know if you've seen this film. This incredible film. Is this your favorite Haneke film too? Well, Private Applesauce, you have to wait for my top 10 to see if it is my favorite film by Haneke ever. Marcus's favorite red. Dear. You gave it away. Did I give it away? When did I give it away? I don't remember giving it away. My doorbell's ringing, which is bloody annoying. And I think I know who it is as well, but I'm not going to answer the door because I'm talking to you guys. Right. That made that sound so suspicious, didn't it? Believe me, it's not suspicious. It's not. It's just next door neighbor. Right. Next up is going to be another film. And let me get this film up here. Right. What is this film, guys? It's going to be pretty small, this one, unfortunately. Yeah, that's fucking awful, isn't it? Let me make it bigger. There we go. So, guys, what film is that? Let me make it even bigger. No, can't do it. Yeah, what film is that, guys? Talk to me. Talk to me. Oh my God, I wish it was the pizza delivery guy. It's not. I've avoided pizza for weeks and weeks and weeks because I'm trying to behave myself. Come and see. Incredible film. Amazing film. Guys, have you seen this film? Because, okay, here's how I structure my life. Weekdays, I don't watch any movies, apart from Fridays, when I reward myself on Friday evening. So I've had a hard week of work. Friday evening, I'll do one film. And normally, it's a world cinema film. And I remember about 2 years ago, I put this film on, and my God, it's just, I think there's some films that just take you to another place. Like Dune 1 took me to another place. This film takes you to a place where you don't want to be, you want to be there, but you don't want to be there. If that makes any sense. Like you're just you're completely enraptured on this journey, because it's all about this young protagonist here, who's not an actor, by the way. He didn't. I think the director found him, and he's never acted since. And yeah, and, the trouble the director had to go through to get this film made, because I don't think he's Russian. I think he's one of the states of Russia, one of the offshoots of Russia. I think he's from that country. Belarusia, maybe? I can't remember. But yeah, he went through a lot of crap to get this film off the ground. And then even then, when he got the film off the ground, it kind of ended his career, because unfortunately they banned it in a lot of places in Europe, especially Russia. So yeah, this film is just mesmerizing, absolutely mesmerizing. What would you guys give this film out of 10? What would you give it? Because honestly, wow. Just, I can't. And the fact that it's only number 8 on my list says a lot about my list, but says more about my stupidity, because the way I'm raving about the film suggests that it's the best film ever made. And it honestly is one of the best films I've ever seen, honestly. And yeah, the film is basically saying war is terrible, of course, but the way it frames itself at the beginning, it frames itself, because our protagonist, I don't want to ruin it again, but our protagonist frames himself, he's just a kid and he wants to go to war. He actually wants to go to war. So we start off the film with him desiring, his dream is to go to war. He's quite a small kid. So he's like, oh, they're not gonna let me in, but I really want to be in the army. And then when he gets into the war, the things that happen are, and I guess it sounds very similar to that film, Quiet on the Western Front. Is that the one? I forgot what it's called. The crappy German film that I don't like. But it's so different and it's so flipping fantastic. Elem Kilmov. Do you think that every single Soviet movie ever made was... maybe. Greatest ever film about World War II. Maybe, but I think Schindler's List just pips it. 10 out of 10. I don't give 10s, but it's definitely an 8, bordering towards a 9 for me. Why are you people in here if you haven't seen... Anel, you're on fire tonight, Anel, you're really on fire tonight. My God. Bro, I know it's not on purpose, but don't... Bro, I know it's not on purpose, but don't ignore me. MK, what's going on there? What's going on, MK? What's going on? All right, guys. Next up is another tremendous film, and obviously a film that I hold dear to my heart because it's number 7 on my list. So let me get that up right now. If I have downloaded it, which I bloody hope I have. But in the meantime, whilst I download it, guys, enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourselves. This is not the second part to the first clip that I just showed you. This is a completely different clip altogether. Enjoy it.
Garbage day! Huh? No!
What is that shit? Honestly, the 80s were... I've said this before. I think the 80s were the worst decade for films. And maybe we can talk about that towards the end of the stream. But honestly, some of the shit they got up to in the 80s, like that film, is just unspeakable. Unspeakable. The 80s were rough, man. They were rough. Honestly. Right. Next up. This is number 7 on the list. And I want you guys... I mean, this one's going to be so easy. If you know, you know. So, guys, talk to me. Talk to me. What's this one? Talk to me. Who's going to get it first? Who's going to get this film first? Jay. Of course, Jay did. Hello, Jay. I saw you were one of the second people in the chat, so thank you very much for that, Jay. And thank you for getting that. Run, Lola, Run, Bootle, Bad Boy. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. This film, I'm trying not to contradict myself here. I don't think technically, from a technical standpoint, this film is not better than Come See Me. And it's not better than A Piano Teacher, but it's my 7th favorite world cinema film. And it could be a number of reasons. I think one of the main reasons is I saw it when I was a kid, and it was one of the first foreign film or world cinema films I saw, along with La Hun. And it's very accessible, especially when you're a youngling, when you're a youngling. And the storyline is so simplistic, but also it makes you think, what would happen? Like, what if you guys don't know what it's about? I'm not going to ruin it, but this lead character, this protagonist that we have here, Lola, she is in a bit of trouble with her boyfriend, and they owe money to some people, and she's on the run to try and get this money so her boyfriend doesn't get murdered. And what happens is there are a variety of different timelines, different events that lead to different places and different endings for this particular character and her partner. And it does make you think about all the times when you maybe went left one day instead of right, or maybe you said the wrong thing. What would have happened if you said something else? Do you know what I mean? So in that sense, it's not technically a better film than the other films that I've just said, but as an overall package, I think it is a better film. Maybe you guys disagree with me on that. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Hello, Ronan. What's my number one film? Well, we're going to get there. This is my list of best world cinema films, but my number one film that I've ever seen, my favorite film, is Wizard of Oz. That's my favorite film. And I think the best film I've seen is Schindler's List, but it's always changing. De Niro was a backup man. Yeah, everyone has had a what if moment in their lives, if not many. The film drives well deep into it. Yeah. And it's so simplistic the way it does it as well. And it's so accessible. It's so accessible. Like, unlike the other films I said so far, it's very accessible in that sense. Franca Potente. Yeah, that's when I saw her in that, and then I saw her in Born Identity, I was like, whoa, she is the woman of my dreams. Looking back at that time in my life, I was maybe wrong. She's not. Run Lola Run is honestly up there with Uncut Gems. I prefer Run Lola Run. I really do. Ooh. Kerwin. I wonder what's going on here. So, Kerwin, are you talking about this film? When you say, do you think it's aged badly? Are you talking about something else? Because that's a great question if it is. Music, cinematography, editing, performances, split screen. It's very, very accessible. It's very 90s. It's very Danny Boyle. And it's a wonderful director by the name of Tom Twicker. Right, guys. Next up is number 6, which is a hell of a film. Number 6. And again, you guys need to decide. You need to tell me what film you think this is. And if you've seen it, let me know your thoughts as well. There you go. What are you thinking? Talk to me. Talk to me. Right. Who's got it? Who's got it? Love this comment. Lola is 1,000 times better than Gems. So true. Love Gems, but love this more. Recitas, how you said that? So Recitas, you said that with no chest whatsoever. You said that with almost an air of, is it? It was like that. I was like, is it? Why have you done that? Have you not seen? And someone else has done it as well. And Elle's done it as well. It's like, is it? Who's actually going to give me an answer to this? and say it with some chest. Come on. Who's going to do this? Who's going to be brave enough to go out on a limb? Who's going to put their neck on the line? Come on, guys. Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? Is it going to be Vitaphone? No, it's going to be Vitaphone talking about Run on the Run. Gave it away, profit. Yep, it sure is. This film is, I think there's a tagline for the film, and I think a critic wrote this tagline, and the tagline was, "It's the Godfather in prison." And that's exactly how I see this film. It's the rise from the ashes from a character who, at the beginning, you think he's a bit of a dunce. I don't know if I'm allowed to use that word, dunce, but you think he's a bit of a loser. And I don't want to say what happens, but some shit happens. Some shit happens. Incredible film. I don't want to say too much because this film definitely relies very much on not knowing what's going to happen. So I don't want to say too much, but it's an incredible film. I did give it away. I talked about it a bit earlier on. I hate saying this guy's names, but the director is Jacques Oregardad. I can't say it, but incredible, absolutely incredible film, amazing film, and French film. So there's that one. And why is it better than the other films on the list? Well, before I spoke about the narrative of the other films, I spoke about the technicalities of the other film in terms of the technicals, in terms of how it's shot, how it's produced and so forth. This film ticks a lot of the boxes. The acting as well is brilliant. And if you don't know who this actor is, he is the lead villain in that awful film, Madam Web. This is the same guy. And I've not seen Madam Web, but I've seen some clips, and he looks terrible in that film. But if you watch this film, he is tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Right. Next up. Again, guys, it's down to you. What film is this? What film is that? There you go. So someone asked me the question. It's not Seven Samurai, unfortunately. It is definitely Rashomon. Someone asked me the question, have I got any more? Who was it? It was Haneke. It wasn't Kurosawa. But yeah, Rashomon is, it's a breathtaking film. And again, I want to talk about the simplicity of the film. The storyline is so simple. So simple. It's a story told from 3 points of view. So it's quite a traumatic incident, but it's a very simple incident in the forest, which is seen by, I think, 3 different people and 1 additional person. I'm not going to give away what the additional person is, but the film is just brilliant. Like, even, I think it came out in 1940 something, maybe 1950. And just even the way it's shot, I think this is Kurosawa's first film that really blew up. And you can see why he's considered one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. And you can see why he made a film like Seven Samurai afterwards, because this film is tremendous. And the performance of Toshiro Mifune is outstanding. Like, he is the De Niro, he is the Brando of Japan. Just incredible, powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. Right. Let's move on to the next one. We will have number 4. So we're going to do 4 more. We're going to get to my number 1, and then I'm going to start talking about your guys' top world cinema films. So I'm going to start rushing through some of these. And the next one is, in fact, you know what? Do you know what, guys? Let me quickly show you the rest of that.
Look out, he's got a gun.
Jade, how bad you hit?
I've been better, but I'll live.
Let's get that turkey.
The bazooka, Rowdy? It's the only gun I can hit a moving target with.
The 80s were trash. The 80s were trash. Absolute trash. I don't want to hear anyone tell me the 80s were the best decade ever. Trash. Absolute trash. Anyway, this is the next film. Who can tell me what film this is? Who can tell what film this is? One of the great films. One of the great films. I'm quite shocked I put it so low as well. It's not low. It's number 4. But yeah, who can tell me? There we go, Recitas. You're on form today, Recitas. Even though you kind of went last time, this time you said it with chest. Nice one. Memories of a Murder. Yes, NL. Memories of a Murder. Tremendous Korean film. It is the it's like David Fincher made a Korean film. That's the quality we're talking about here. And of course, if you like Parasite, you should know it's the same director. This film is better than Parasite, I think, by some distance as well. And everything about this film is brilliant. There's humor, there's drama, there's great action, there's suspense. The acting is wonderful. The filmmaking techniques that Bong Joon-ho uses are just splendid. The cinematography is wonderful. The music is excellent. Everything about this film is tick, 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 which is why it's so high on the list. I wouldn't exactly say it's rewatchable. I wouldn't watch it over and over again. But from the times I have seen it, which is 2 times, it's just epic. If anyone's not seen it, please, I implore you to get off the stream and watch it right now. Don't do that. Stay on the stream. Next up is a film that everyone's going to know, so I'm going to talk about it straight away. Everyone should know what this is. Everyone should know what this is. Let me see what this is here. MK. Fun fact, one of Bong Joon-ho's favorite ever films is Zodiac by Fincher. So he actually made this before Zodiac. That is a fact. He made it before Zodiac. So maybe Fincher copied him. Just saying. I know Vita fan won't like that. This is Seven Samurai. This is Kurosawa again. It's 3 hours and 20 minutes, I think, or maybe, I know it's 3 hours. And guys, this film, like so many films, owe so much to this film. So many films, so many directors, so many producers, so many actors owe so much to this film. There's been so many countless remakes, including Zack Snyder's recent Rebel Moon is a remake of this film, and nothing beats the original. This film is outstanding. Even now, like, I watched some action scenes from some films. Like, we just watched an action scene a minute ago. In fact, let's watch this. Let's quickly just watch this again, shall we? Let's just watch this scene again.
Look out, he's got a gun.
That was probably like 1987. This film, Seven Samurai, was made 30 years before that. How is the action in Seven Samurai better than the action in 1987? Probably on a bigger budget as well. Anyway, incredible film. And I think for most people, they would consider it to be one of the best films ever made. Like, for example, Bug's Life copies from it. It doesn't copy it, just kind of duplicates its narrative. Magnificent Seven is based on it, absolutely, and there's been a couple of variations of that as well. So many films are based on it. So many films. What is this? It took him 7. It honestly took me 2 tries to watch Seven Samurai, the first 3 quarters. But the NL, the first 3 quarters are the reason why the film is so good. I recently done a review on Godzilla, and the reason Godzilla is so good is because of the same reasons this is so good, because you care about the characters when the action starts. And that's the problem with Rebel Moon. That's actually the problem with Zack Snyder in general, which is his awful handling of dialogue, awful handling of character development, which means that when it comes down to the action scenes, you don't give a shit. Even in films that people love, like Man of Steel, the character development is slightly better in that, but it's still not great. So when Superman's smashing things across the city and like killing people and shit, I don't care. But with this film, because you're so invested in these characters' journey and you know all about their characters from start to finish, you know when they make an action in the action, when they make a decision in the action, that it's either going to be something that's implicitly good for them or implicitly bad for them. So the first 3 quarters are crucial to how good the film is. Skateboarder rocket launcher scene, really cool. I don't give it away, Kenny. Don't give it away. I want people to go away and Google it. Watchmen's not great, but it's better than some of the shit he's been putting out lately. Right, we've only got 2 more left. Guys, have you hit the like button? That's my first question to you. Have you hit the like button? If you've not hit the like button, please hit the like button. And additionally, one last thing. What do you think these last 2 films are going to be? Let me know right now what you think these last 2 films are going to be. So we've had some absolutely fan-bloody-tastic films. What do you guys think are going to be the last 2 films? Ran. Is that a guess? NL, is that a guess? Do you think it's going to be Ran? Come on, hit me up, guys. Hit me up. What do you think? Bergman. Maybe. Maybe. Let me see. Oh, right there. Oh, Kevin, where have you been? We were talking about South American films before, and that is not on. No, it is on the list. It is on the list. Parasite and RRR. It's not. But Godzilla, I can see that you came here from my Godzilla review. So thanks for coming in. No, that's a very poor sentence. Thanks for joining the stream. Okay. Intouchables. Blue is the warmest color. No. Schindler's. Oh, wow. Amelie, City of God. Loving this. That Swedish film, High and Low, should be. Check your post I sent. It's definitely a variant of the post that has to be on your list. Oh, okay. Sent the poster I sent. It's definitely okay. When did you send it to, Vitaphone? But anyway, let's do these last 2 and then we can move on to your guys' lists or your favorites. Next up is this incredible film. And let's face it, they're all incredible. But this one is especially good, and it's this film. Can anyone guess what that is? Can anyone guess what that is? Oh, wow. Okay. Recitas, that was a flipping great guess. You didn't even see the picture. That was amazing. Amazing. Everyone's on the, oh, look at everyone. Everyone's like excited now. They're like, oh boy. You guys. I know you guys. I know what you guys are thinking all the time, don't I? Right. Okay. So, Old Boy, if you've not seen it, I'm not going to say anything about the narrative. It's based on an anime. Is it based on a... No, it's not based on an anime. It's based on a manga. And it is Park Chan-wook. Guys, this film... Oh my God. When I first saw this film, it's like my life changed. It changed my life. Up until that point, because I only saw it maybe, I want to say 10 years ago, maybe a bit less, maybe 9 years ago. Maybe 9 years ago. Up until that point, I didn't realize that cinema could be as good as Old Boy is. I didn't even know that was possible. Like, the transitions between scenes are just, I've never seen anything like it. Maybe only Edgar Wright comes close to the transitions between scenes. But forget that. The acting, the camera work, the piecing together scenes with music and like, oh God, imagery and just wow. This film is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Old Boy has to be the greatest twist in any film ever for me. It's the sickest twist. But if you've not seen On Sundays, which is Denis Villeneuve film, that one's even better. The twist in that's even better. Sympathy for Lady Vengeance is a good film. It's part of his trilogy, his Vengeance trilogy films. I can't remember what the name of the first one is. Sympathy for Lady Vengeance is Old Boy turned up to 20. It's a bit much, but it's a good film. It's a very good film. All right. What's the last film going to be? What is the last film going to be? Decision to Leave is such a good film. Oh, okay. It had boring and stop plot. I actually liked it. So I recommended it to a friend, and my friend thought the same thing. And she really loves film, but she didn't like it. Decision to Leave was really great. I agree with that. Why does Josh Brolin look different? Oh, God. That film. Didn't Old Boy sort of put Korea on the map? I can't speak to that, but I can't speak to that. I don't know, actually. I actually don't know. I think Parasite, more than anything, put Korea on the map. But yeah, I think Old Boy was significant in the development of Korean cinema being popular in mainstream. Fights in the Hallway. Yeah, so if anyone's seen Daredevil episode 1, season 1, the fight scene in the hallway is basically the same fight scene in the hallway from this film. Right, so guys, what's going to be number 1? And if you guys don't know by now, people who've been on the stream so many times with me should know what my number 1 world cinema film is. They should know. They should know. They should honestly know. And if you don't, shame on you. Shame on you. Oh, wow. Okay, someone's got it. 2 people have got it. 2 people have got it. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So apparently I need to hang on for a bit. Vitaphone's told me to hang on for a bit. So in the meantime, whilst I hang on for a bit, you guys can watch some more classic cinema, some beautiful cinema. What should I show you this time? Maybe I'll show you this.
Look out, he's got a gun. Jade, how bad you hit?
I've been better, but I'll live.
Let's get that turkey.
I want to talk about that part of the scene for a minute. So he's just been shot in his heart. He's in the car and his mate's gone, Jay, how bad you hit? He's not like, oh my God, Jay, are you alive? Oh my God, what the fuck? He's more like, Jay, you all right, mate? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm all right. I'm going to be okay. How does he know he's going to be okay? He's just been shot in the heart. And he drives off. And at the end of the scene, he's like, okay, let's go and get some lunch then. What? You're not going to go to the hospital for the bullet wedged in your body? Or 80s were rough, man. The 80s were rough. The 80s were rough. Vitaphone, I got your picture. I'm going to put it on afterwards. I'm going to do the first. Let's get that turkey. I'm going to put it. It didn't hit his heart. It's bulletproof. 80s movies are fantastic. I mean, if you base it on the metric of that scene, then yes, they are fantastic. I take it back. Marcus, what was the film? Was that film made before Predator or after Predator? It was made before, the same year as Predator, I think. And if you look at them comparatively, and I understand why in the 80s there was more access to cameras, so people with low budgets could shoot films, and this is what you had. And I think we're kind of in those times now as well. I hope you're serious. I hope you know I'm seriously going to watch that movie. Oh my God. Yeah, so guys, a lot of you got it in the chat. You got the film. I'm going to present it on screen now, talk about it quickly, and then we are going to talk about your films. before that, Vitaphone has got a little treat for us. I've not even got the picture up. Yeah, Vitaphone's prepared something wonderful for us. So I think it's only fair that we look into it. Right. So this is the film. I can't even show it properly because, yeah. Wahan, the French film. I spoke about it before. I'm not going to speak about it again. I think it's a masterpiece. I think it's a masterpiece. I think it's a masterworks. And on my recent video, I spoke about. I said a line, which I'm going to clarify in my next video. But my line was something along the lines of, I like Godzilla because there's not much politics in the film. And people were like, well, there is politics in the film, and there's politics in loads of films. And I was like, well, yes, but they're not overt politics. They're covert politics. This film does have a lot of overt politics in it, but ultimately it's more a story about these three young men's individual battles within themselves. And the overarching politics of the story is something that lends itself to the story, but it isn't everything about the story. And from a technical standpoint, some people have watched it and gone, it's kind of boring, because there's moments when they just sit around and they actually don't say anything to each other. But honestly, this film is just tremendous, absolutely tremendous. And I think I personally can't say it's the best world cinema film ever. I think there's some films on this list that are better than it, but it's my favorite world cinema film ever. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, it's your turn. It is your turn to talk about your favorite foreign films. In the meantime, why don't we talk about this? Why don't we talk about this? Vitaphone sent it to me. Now, Vitaphone actually, can I get out? No, that's the best I can do. Vitaphone actually made a statement. Vitaphone, can you maybe write the statement in your can you write it in the chat? I don't want to misquote you again. Maybe Jay can write it because Jay was there as well. And maybe some of you guys saw it. But Vitaphone says, I want to paraphrase and just say, he said that since the 90s, every actress has been ugly and awful. And he made this lovely picture here of Amy Adams. Amy Adams staring into the abyss of actresses since the 90s. But if Vitaphone could tell me, sorry, Cohen, I had to do it. If Vitaphone could tell me exactly what he meant by, yeah, here we go. I didn't actually say that. Okay, so Vitaphone, tell me what it is you said, or maybe in a bit I'll get you on and you can clarify what you said. In the meantime, I'm going to go through your guys' lists of best movies, best foreign movies ever that you put before. Like, can anyone tell me? First of all, hit the like button. But can anyone tell me a name of a film that we maybe don't know that is on the list? That you want to talk about. A world cinema film that we maybe don't know about that we can talk about. We'd love to do that. Right. Let's go through your guys' list of the best films, if I can find it. It's here somewhere. Seventh Veil. Omar, talk to me. English film. Like English as in made in England. Let me know. I've never heard of that. M by Fritz Lang, man. It made me laugh. Disgusted, made me listen and watch carefully. And the ending, oh my God. Yeah, so that's a film from 1931, I think. And I think it's a German film. And definitely a seminal film in film history. Persona is, I don't know why I didn't put it on the list, honestly. It should have been, it's one of my favorite films. Fanny and Alexander. Bergman, I haven't explored him enough to speak on that because I've not seen it. Have you watched film Mummy? Is that if I'm correct, that is a Canadian film. It's in French. It's by Xavier Dolan. MK, let me know. Xavier Dolan, I think Mummy is. I think there's a scene with a split screen and it becomes one screen. I've not seen it, but I know a bit about it. Let me know, MK. Yes, it is an English film. Okay, never heard of it. Nice one, Omar. Saprizia, I've not seen it. Italian film, I believe, remade recently by the director of Challengers. I Saw the Devil. We spoke about that. Wreck is a Japanese horror film. The Lives of Others is on my list as a German contender. So yes. Alejandro, I turned it late. Did you mention Stalker? We have not mentioned Stalker. In fact, we've not spoken about Russian cinema much, to be honest with you, JB. Good to have you on board. But yeah, we've not spoken about Stalker. We've not spoken about much of Tarkovsky's films. Landscape in the Mist. NL, talk to me. What is that? Where's that from? Talk to me. Let the Right One In, Swedish film, beautiful film. Well, I've not seen the original. I've seen the remake by Matt Reeves, which was a good film. Not sure like is the word. Das Boot, a German film about World War II set on a submarine. Magnificent film. Yes, there we go. Mummy, the French-Canadian film by Xavier Dolan. Not checked out his work yet, but I've heard good things. I think he's retired now, hasn't he? I've not seen Stalker, Jay. I've not seen any of I keep saying his name wrong. Tarkovsky's work. I've not seen any of his films on purpose, by the way. So this one is amazing. Time Crimes is an amazing Spanish movie. In fact, I spoke about this. Well, I didn't speak about it. I kind of mentioned it in passing on my video about time travel movies, which I think are weird movies, but I love them. But yeah, great film. Wonderful film. Greek movie. Oh, okay. Okay, Jay, you didn't like Das Boot. There's a TV series, I think, as well. Solaris, 1972, which is also a film not seen because I've seen the remake by Steven Soderbergh, some South African films. So did I get far enough on the list to speak about South Africa? I didn't. So, okay, for African films, I've put down a film called, I can't say it properly, Cohen, so maybe you can help me out, but it's Tsotsi, Thiotsi, and then also District 9. I said District 13 last time. District 9 is a great African film. Russian film, I put Come See. I didn't put any of Tarkovsky's films. And German films, I put Wings of Desire. So, yeah. The worst person in the world, we mentioned. Hey, Joel, good to meet you. Good to have you on board. It's not been mentioned, and I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't like that film. I found it to be ponderous. I found it to be meandering. I didn't understand it. And it's not often I will say I didn't understand the film. And this is why I'm reticent to actually give my full opinion on the film, because I didn't understand it. I think something's going on there that I didn't quite understand. And I'd like to know what that film's about, because I didn't like it. Only Tsotsi and District 9. Shutters. What's Shutters? Jay, what's that? District 9 is not Hollywood. It's not actually. South African film. I would like to mention some not Japanese film, Belladonna of Sadness, Woman of the Dunes, Fire in the Plain, Vengeance is Mine. Maybe you guys can help me out. So before I came on, Drunk is a wonderful film. We mentioned that before. Maybe you guys can help me out. I saw this Japanese film maybe 2 years ago. It's set in a room. It's a woman. And at the beginning, you think she's just a weird woman in a room. And then suddenly they pull away the wall and it's a film set. And then other weird shit happens. Maybe you guys can let me know what that is. I was trying to search for what it was. And I just couldn't find the name of the film. Really interesting film. I don't think it's great, but it's definitely interesting. Fried Barry. Not seen that bootle, bad boy. Nollywood. Not seen any Nollywood films yet. The Wind Rises is criminally. What is that, Risitas? What is The Wind Rises? Molade? Senegal? Okay. Senegal. You guys are flipping amazing. Honestly, you guys are just incredible. Incredible. Senegalese film. How about Federico Fellini, La Dolce Vita, La Strada, and you forgot about 8.5, MK. We spoke about him before. Belladonna Sadden. I don't really watch anime, so I wouldn't know. Shutters Jamaican. I've only seen. Oh, what have I seen? I think I've seen. Is it meant? No, there's a song called "Many Rivers to Cross," and there's a film, "The Harder They Fall." The Harder They Fall, Jamaican film, very famous Jamaican film. Three Iron, yes, great Korean film. Fortress is cool. There's Fortress, and there's another film that came out from Australia recently, which, damn it, what's it called? Damn. Forgot what it's called, but it came out recently. Made stars of quite a few people, including I think the actress from the film, De Niro, Bradley Cooper film. But yeah, great film. Wind Rises is Ghibli. The Zone of Interest. I don't think it might be. I think it's an American film though. I might be wrong. Black Cat, White Cat. Not heard of that. Did you like Cinza Termasco? Movies like I've not seen those films, but hello, Emma Frezing. So I forgot your name wrong. Holiday 4, yes, seen it. 7. You guys are amazing, honestly. Speaking of Australians, film Upgrade. So Ray, I don't think Upgrade's actually an American film by an Australian director because it's the same guy who was a supporting actor in the original Saw film, and he's Australian. And I think the director of Saw is Australian as well, but I think it's an American film, Upgrade. But Upgrade is a great film. It's a great film. That's a great question, actually, Kerwin. I want to know how Bootle Bad Boy knows about that as well. Kerwin, have you seen that film as well? Zone of Interest is British. Thought so. I guess world cinema, so we can talk about it, I guess. And this is a film that I do want to talk about. And I know Vitaphone, if you're still around, will definitely want to talk about this film. So I'm going to star that. I'm going to come back to that in a bit. Because that is actually considered to be the best film ever by some film magazines and critics. Underground, The Battle of Algiers. I need to watch that. I've heard so many good things about that. Animal Kingdom. Jay. Love you, bro. That's the one. Animal Kingdom. I saw Zone of Interest, much impressed. I've not seen it myself. I don't think I'm going to watch it. I'm not a big fan of the director. I love his film Sexy Beast. Wasn't a big fan of, what's that film with Scarlett Johansson? Oh, God. I just found it really tedious. So tedious. Some Croatian films, The Show Must Go On, How the War Started, On My Island, Train in the Snow, and One Song a Day Takes Mischief Away. MK, since we're talking about Croatian films, I know this is not the same thing, but it kind of is. There's a documentary, it's animated documentary about the war, which is why Croatia now exists, I think. Could have got that wrong. But yeah, if you can remember what that's called, let me know, because it's a brilliant film. Black Cat, White Cat, directed by Eric Kostrashka. Brutal Bad Boy. You guys have gone way ahead of me. Upgrade was distributed by Automatic Entertainment, a company I work for on a picture. Vitaphone, I need to find out what you do as well. I think you do something to do with audio, right? Because I saw one of your videos, you were talking about audio. Knights of the Fancy. Baron Ostromster? Don't know what that is. In the Mood for Love, we spoke about that before. I was watching Jin a few months ago, made it for the first hour. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Haven't seen Fried Barry and had zero idea the film existed. I thought second South African. He's not. He is. You should know this, Kerwin. He's named Bootle Bad Boy. So he's from a place in Liverpool called Bootle, I think. And yeah, he is a Liverpool fan and he lives in Glasgow, if I remember correctly. Under the Skin. That's the, oh my God, that film's so boring. Monster 2022. No, I've not. Movies Only. I've not. Hello, Movies Only. I've not. It was so boring. That film's so boring. My God. So boring. Anyone? Audition is chilling. Yeah, Audition. We spoke about Audition earlier on. I've got a video on Audition on my Patreon channel because I posted it on my YouTube channel, and YouTube gave me a copyright strike. So well done to YouTube. There are all these fantastic suggestions, guys. I'll see them hard way. Yep. Yul Bulla. I'm going to do a video on Yue Bulla. Yue Bulla. I'm going to do a video on him soon. Abbas Kiarostami, Close Up. It was an Iranian film, and I definitely didn't say that name right. Has Ilya Forever been mentioned? Broke me. Where's that from, Joel? Where's it from? Martyrs. Haven't seen Under the Skin. Don't want to. Yeah, you wouldn't like it, Godzilla. Not sure if this counts. Well, cinema about everything is illuminated. Where is that from, Kenny? Where is that from? Let me also star you because I need to give you a big shout out for those videos. A Touch of Sin. Yep, Chinese movie. King for a Day. Bulgarian. Is that a Bulgarian film? Jonathan Glazer was a much better director of music videos. That is, well, I'm not sure if that's correct, but I love his video for Radiohead for the song Karma Police. Love that video. Marcus, do you recommend Audition from Mickey? I absolutely recommend that film. I may have said this before. I don't like horror movies. That's the only film that scares me. Absolutely chilling film. I'm sorry, man, but I don't know what documentary you're talking about. Welcome to Sarajevo. No, not Welcome to Sarajevo. Anyone know an animated documentary film? I think it won an Oscar. And it's about the Serbian War. It came out about 2006. Let me know. Elijah Wood. Oh, okay. Not heard of that. A Girl Walks Home at Night. That's by an Iranian director. I think she's Iranian. American Iranian. She's got a couple of films. Very good director. Director is from Sweden, set in Soviet Union. Okay. Sonatine, I've heard of that. Not seen it. Song of the Sea, Irish animation that I'll show my kids when I have any. You'll have kids, don't worry. That's what you want. It'll happen. Takeshi Miike made many crazy movies like Issue the Killer, Foxy, Musical, Happiness. Yeah, he's a very eclectic director. Radiohead, right? Great music. Love Radiohead. My favorite band ever. 34 likes. Hell yeah. Yeah, guys, big love on the likes. Huge. We haven't had as many people as we did on the last stream, but we've nearly got more likes. Marcus, have you seen Hitman? I didn't care for it, but I'm curious on your review. I've not seen it, Sylvia. Good to have you in here again, Sylvia. I've not seen it. It's on Netflix. I'm going to watch it probably this Friday, Saturday, and might not do a review of it, but I might come on the stream. We can talk about it then. But I am a huge fan of Richard Linklater and Amadis Perez. Great film. Showa, that is a hugely long film, like 4 hours long or something, but it's more of a documentary, isn't it? I know Serbian film. That is that's some sort of horror, not horror film, like a gory film, isn't it? Have you guys seen a documentary called Samsara? I think I have. Kerwin, what's that about? I think I have seen that. A Girl Walks Home at Night was well shot, black and white, but so boring. I didn't finish it. It is boring. It looks really good though. I like Glenn Powell movies. Have you seen the video of Yue Bulla talking about Paul Thomas Anderson and Terrence Malick? I've not, but I can't wait to watch that on my research for the video on him. Spirited Away, yes, for sure. Samsara is beautiful. Right. Yeah, you guys came up with some films earlier on, and I have stupidly misplaced that list. I don't know where it is. So, what an idiot I am. I don't know where I've put it. But yeah, some people actually sent over some films earlier on. Let's see if I can bloody find it. And I don't think I can. I have no idea where I put it. There we go. Found it. Right. So let me get these up. And then, guys, we will come to the final part of the show. Because as I said, I'm not doing 4 hours tonight. Love you guys and all. But, 4 hours is a long time. As long as a Martin Scorsese film. Right, let me move myself out the way. Let me excuse myself. How can I do that? There we go. I'm gone. Right, So this is from MK earlier on. Spirited Away, not just an amazing film, but one of the best films ever made. MK, hope you don't mind me calling you MK as well. I've done that since the beginning because I don't want to butcher your name. I've seen Spirited Away once, probably when it first came out. I know that I liked it then. I've not seen it since. So I can't speak on that, unfortunately, my friend. But I know everyone mentions it all the time. So it must be very good. And next up is Lee Simmons, who says, let me get it on screen. Who says, let me get rid of this one. There we go. Right. He says, Aguaya, the wrath of God. The wrath of God. Thank you, MK. Not seen it. I believe. Is this a film by Crazy German Man? What's his name? Anyone seen this film? I've not seen it myself. It's definitely Klaus Kaczynski. But I don't know if it's directed by. It's not directed by the same director of. What's his name? What's his bloody name? That's it. Werner Herzog. Is it directed by Werner Herzog? Can you guys let me know? Crazy German Men. Is it him? Is it Werner Herzog? Let me know, guys. In the meantime, let me get the other film up. And this is from someone else's name who I cannot pronounce, but I'm going to give it a try because it's only respectful if I do so. By Pranjal Chaudhary, which is Ozo's Floating Weeds. Anyone seen that? I've not seen any of these films. Well, I've seen Spirited Away, but I can't really speak on it. I've not seen it in quite some time. Not seen Aguaya, Wrath of God, and I've not seen this film either. Has anyone seen this film? And what do they think of it if you have seen it? I do know it. I just haven't seen it. I've got a lot of information in my brain. As you can see, there's a lot of films that I know about, but I've not seen. Anyone seen this film? Yes, I like Floating Weeds. Watch it in Film Fest. Okay, what's next? There's only a few more left, and then we're going to talk about Gene blah blah of blah blah blah, and then we're done. This is actually from Ray. There's a bit of Ray threw me a little bit of shade. With this comment. There you go. So I actually said, can I zoom on this? Let me see if I can. I actually said on my community post that I'm not going to do a 3 to 4 hour stream. And so far I've done 1 hour and a half. And I'm going to be gone pretty soon. But Ray said, yes, you keep saying that in every post. So try to call me out there. But his suggestions were Drive My Car, which is a Japanese film, Seventh Seal, which is a Swedish film by Bergman, Metropolis, which is a German film, very instrumental film when it comes to sci-fi, came out in 1925, 26, I think. Tehran, Taboo, not heard of that film. 1982 Lebanese movie. I know it won't score high in a tier list. We're not doing one, but not heard of it. Mr. Vampire, knows a popcorn flick. Not heard of that either. Anyone seen any of these films? Seventh Seal was a classic. It damn well is. It's a very weird movie, but it's a very good movie at the same time. So thanks for that, Ray. Next up is... Okay, I'm going to say this one. Mollywood Shots, who said 7 Samurai, 12 Angry Men. I mean, America's part of the world, I guess. So we can include that. Rosita said, definitely everything from Kurosawa. And then we've got Panko, who said, shout out to A Separation. And then we got Vitaphone, who I will put on last. And then we have, wow, it's a lot of names. Right. Don't know how I'm going to find this one. Sorry, guys. Apologies. Get rid of all these and get rid of this one. Right. I believe it's this one. And I'm right. Don't know if you guys can see that, but it says, In the Mood for Love, Tokyo Story, A Bout de Fosfel, Breathless, Old Boy, La Dolce Vita, which was on, we've spoken about before, Departures, never heard about, Amelie, Three Colors Trilogy, and Parasite, and All About Lily Chocho, and Love Letter, Children of Heaven, which is on my list of films to watch, but I never have. Separation was a bore. Yeah, I turned off a Separation. I hate saying that. I hate saying that I've turned off films because it sounds really disrespectful, but yeah. Recitas, are you going to talk about High and Low remake? If you want me to, but it's going to be a lot of ranting. Does anyone recognize that movie and thumbnails from? Do you mean on your thumbnail, Kenny? Or do you mean on someone else's thumbnail? God bless Cinemax. However, basic film. I'm not going to read that. Right. And then we had someone said Old Boy as well, which we've spoken about. I'm going to get to Vita phones coming up on the screen. Then I may talk about the High and Low remake. And then we are pretty much done. Right. This one comes from Vitaphone, and it has a bunch of films on it. There we go. 90s actresses starring Amy Adams. Still need to explain yourself, Vitaphone. Nostalgia, Irreversible, The Mirror, Stalker, The Sacrifice, To 10, which is a French film, Seventh Samurai, Wreck, Japanese horror film, Run Lola Run, which is on my list, Audition, Japanese film, Let the Right One In, Swedish film, Goodnight Mummy, don't know what that is, Surprizia, which we've spoken about already, In the Mood for Love, Old Boy, and Jean Delman, which takes us on to Jean Delman. So has anyone seen this film? Jean Delman, 23, Q, Qua du commence 80, 1080 Brussels. Anyone seen that film? Has anyone seen that bloody film? Because this film recently, by a lot of well-known, well-established, well-respected film magazines and websites, has gone on to become the greatest film of all time. Now, where this film's come from to get that title, I do not know. But if you don't know anything about the film, I think it's a Belgian film. It's directed by a female director. And I don't know what year it came out, but it is literally the story of a married woman. And the camera doesn't move. Well, it does move. But no, it doesn't move. But it just captures her day. And I think it's like 3 or 4 days of her waking up, doing some washing, doing some cooking, chopping some fruit for, I think it's 3 hours and a half. And it's just that. That is the whole film. And it's just a locked off shot. So it's just a wide shot. And just doing those mundane things. And I'm not joking. I've only seen a couple of clips, but the clips I've seen bore the life out of me. I'm never going to watch this film. Ever, 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 ever. Honestly, Brutal Bad Boy, you said it perfectly. In other words, pretentious. My God. Terrible, 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 terrible film. If only Vitaphone was here, because he hates that film so much. But yeah, guys. Oh, here's Vitaphone. People have lost their minds. Yeah. I mean, has anyone actually seen this film? 1975, Jean Dalman. Has anyone seen this film? Let me know. Jay, I think you're going to love it. I think it's going to be in your top 10 favorite films of all time. I think that's what's going to happen. Recitas. So there is a remake of High and Low. It's starring Denzel Washington. It's directed by Spike Lee. I believe it's nearly finished production. And all I can say is good luck, because when the last time Spike Lee remade a classic Asian film was Old Boy, and that film is absolute toilet. So I will say nothing until the film comes out. And I probably won't even watch it. I watched the first hour and 20 minutes recently. I had I had it in 3 times playback, still boring. Ivanhoe. So guys, any last thoughts, any last questions before we wrap this up in 1 hour and 40 minutes? I told you this wasn't going to be a long one. We've spoken about world cinema. We've gone through what I consider to be some of the greatest films, or my favorite world cinema films. We've gone through your guys' favorite world cinema films. Haven't seen a few of them, but I'm so glad that you guys have such a deep knowledge of all sorts of films. Because normally we talk about stuff like, you know, the best director, the best actor, the most annoying actress like Amy Adams. We talk about stuff that's quite commercialized, I feel. I'm so glad that I had this experience with you guys to talk about stuff that is less commercialized and more nuanced and more niche. And you guys have come up punching. And it just shows me that I've cultivated the right kind of people to the channel. Because honestly, there are some YouTube channels that talk about film that we wouldn't be having these discussions. They wouldn't know half of these films. So you guys have been absolutely remarkable. Shah Rukh Khan films. I've seen one that made me cry, Godzilla. I don't know if you're a big fan of Shah Rukh Khan's, but but there's a film that he's in, and I can never remember the name of it, but he plays 2 characters. And one of them, he is a dancer, and the other one, he's just a everyday house husband. And his wife loves dancing, so he pretends to be another person who can dance, and she kind of falls in love with him. It's a great film. No one mentioned Ashes and Diamonds. The Fact of a Movie, made about 50 years ago. Notice, blah, blah. Finally got through a whole stream. Me too. This was fun, man. Great to talk. Likewise. Guys, also, Goodbye Lenin. Yes, starring, I think that is starring the guy who was in Civil War. He's the bad guy in Civil War. So Vitaphone, let me know what the exact, can you write it out? What is this exact sentence about the 90s actresses? Tell me. I want to read it out. MovieWise is another great YouTuber. I recommend him. MovieWise is brilliant. I sub to MovieWise. He really goes into depth over a lot of old films, a lot of black and white films. He absolutely does not like modern day films. I would say that. Loves the old school films that people hate because, you know, the camera didn't move much in those days, but he appreciates the craft of filmmaking from those days. So he's a really good, really good YouTuber. Another YouTuber I would recommend, I can never remember her name, but I'm going to find it now as we're on the stream. But she's definitely the best YouTube critic by some distance. Let me see if I can find her whilst we're on here. Her name is Deep Focus Lens. Anyone seen Deep Focus Lens? If you're not, sub to her and mention me, because I've actually tried to reach out to her to get her on the stream, because I think she'd be great for what we do and what we talk about. Godzilla, it's not Kabi Kushi Kabi Come. I know about that film. It's more of a, I want to say recent. It came out about 2007, 2006. Magnificent film. Kerwin, big love. Daniel Brun. Yeah, he saw him in that and put him, yeah, that's exactly right. High Tension. Okay, cool. All right. We'll do it on the stream. Is it Deep Focus Lens? It's not. It's Deep. You got it right. It's not Feep though. La Nuit Fantastique. Not heard of that. But yeah, she's brilliant. If you guys jump on her, she's brilliant. She's just very articulate in the way she talks about film. And if you like the fact that I'm quite objective when it comes to film, you'll love her as well. She's brilliant. Great stream as always. Thank you, Recitas. Yeah, she is great, Dace. She is great. Denise Villeneuve. Polytechnique is brilliant. Maelstrom I've not seen. And then on Sundays, guys, if you love Denis Villeneuve, his best film, better than Sicario, better than Dune, better than Blade Runner, better than Prisoners, although Prisoners is close. I think On Sundays is his best film, and it is a foreign film. It is a world cinema film. It's a Canadian film in French language, which is also in Arabic as well. Brilliant film. And then Prisoners, for me, is his second best film. Good old Denis Villeneuve. Wonderful director. A bit worried about him, actually. I'm really worried about him because I adore On Sundays. It should be on my list, actually. Should have been on my list, but it's a bit... Yeah, it should be on my list. And then Prisoners was amazing. And then Sicario was also amazing. Nearly as good as Prisoners. But I'm a bit worried that he seems to be going down. Even though I love the Amy Adams film that he did. Love me some Amy Adams. But he seems to be going that way. I didn't love Blade Runner. And I didn't love Dune 2. And I loved Dune 1 at the time. But now that I've seen Dune 2, I don't like Dune 1 as much. So, yeah, I'm a bit worried about him. That was actually a good point there, NL. It's kind of like Elephant, but in black and white. Kind of. Two very, very different directors. Gus Van Sant is more, he kind of observes, he kind of keeps the camera quite at distance, doesn't really get involved. That's how he makes his films. And then Villeneuve is more involved in what's happening with the characters. So quite different films. Have you seen RR? I have indeed. RR is beautiful. It's a beautiful film. Beautiful. On Sundays, I saw parts average, mediocre. Okay. Okay. You say so. And Jay, yes, of course, everyone subscribe to Jay, subscribe to Vitaphone. Yeah, Gus Van Sant is really weird because he's a very talented director. Like, for example, he made Good Will Hunting, which is a very straightforward film. It's a very A24 Miramax film. But then he makes weird films like the film he made about Kurt Cobain with Michael Pitt and Elephant. So he's a very, very strange director. And I've never been able to get into him because I don't understand what he's doing. I don't really understand his thing, his schnick, his thing. Everyone's got a thing. I don't know what his thing is. RRR, Ray, watch RRR. It's really fun. If you like Godzilla and action movies, it's fantastic. So guys, Elephant and Polytechnique are not the same film. So Polytechnique is a very different film. It's not about the same subject as well. Well, it's about the same. It's not about the same subject. So Polytechnique is a true story. It really happened. I don't think Elephant is a true story. I think it's based on a collection of things that happened, but they're both about school shooters, which is a lovely subject to talk about on the stream. Marcus Heyman. Hello, Marcus. The Psycho remake. Yeah, the Psycho remake is just a shot-for-shot remake with Vince Vaughn and Anne Hesh. I think it's Anne Hesh. Maybe someone can correct me on that. R.I.P. Anne Hesh. Absolutely love My Own Private Idaho. I've not seen that. Keanu Reeves, I believe, with River Phoenix. What should the next Villeneuve project be? I love these questions. These are really good questions. It makes me want to stay on the stream. Dune 3, Cleopatra, or Rendezvous with Rama. I would like to see him strip down completely. Pause. But strip down. I'd like to see Nolan do this as well, but Nolan's not going to do this ever. But what I want to see those two directors do is peel back and stop making these big blockbusters. Just dial it down, go back to the tight, taut thrillers that they can make. And I think we'll see the best of Villeneuve. I think he needs to, like, for a while, maybe for one film, not forever, just make something nice and small and condensed. and that's going to work out well for him. Same with Nolan as well, but again, Nolan's never going to do that. Finding Forrester, I think it was called Finding Forrester, which is meant to be like an Oscar tease of a film, a bit like that Sandra Bullock film, The Blind Side. Fucking awful, that film. Fucking awful. They're both school shootings, and I thought it was loosely inspired. Yeah, it was loosely inspired, but Polytechnique is actually a true story. Oyster Farm. See ya, man. I thought you were going to stay to the end. Villeneuve should make more non-sci-fi films. Yeah, I think he should, but he's not going to do that because he loves sci-fi, and now he rules Hollywood. And when you get into that kind of position, I don't think as a director you want to step down and take yourself from the top of the seat. Like if you're the king of a country, you don't want to go, you know what, I want to be a peasant now. You want to be king, obviously. And Nolan and Villeneuve are kings of Hollywood right now, so they're not going to step down, which is a real shame because I miss their quieter, just more insular films. The industry. Cool. What's this? Okay, let me read this properly. There probably will be both required to do so. The industry is a harder and harder time stomaching budgets, which is the upside of cinema dying. Totally agree. We don't agree on the whole. Me and you don't agree on the whole how we're going to fix cinema thing, Vitaphone, but I do agree with that. That's definitely going to happen. Looks like Villeneuve is not copying, but following the same path of Nolan. He's going to make a movie about nuclear war also. Well, that will be fun. Jesus Christ. Nolan is worthy of his king stat. Yeah, I agree with that. He earned it. He earned his stripes. Villeneuve best was... I'm not a huge fan of Blade Runner 2049. I'm not a huge fan, so can't speak to say that I agree with that. But hey, different strokes for different folks. I also didn't like Enemy. So I think we're on polar opposites here, NL. I didn't like Enemy at all. I think it was boring. Right, guys, unless you've got any lasting questions, I am gone. This has been absolutely beautiful. I've enjoyed talking world cinema with you guys. Again, you guys are undefeated. Your knowledge of world cinema is fan-bloody-tastic. I at times feel embarrassed talking to you guys because you were coming up with films and you were saying stuff I don't even know about, which is that's why I love film. That's why I absolutely love film. If you're just coming out the stream, please hit the like button if you haven't. I will probably be back on Saturday, potentially. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll have some fun, won't we? Guys, beautiful stream. Brutal Bad Boy, love ya. Rositas, love you. Jay, please follow Jay if you haven't followed Jay yet. Watch his streams. There's some really fun stuff about obscure films, boxing, and basketball cards, trading cards. But no, baseball. Is it baseball or basketball? And Vitaphone, please follow Vitaphone. Another big help behind the scenes. Ray, yeah, let's definitely do this often. And you know what, guys? What we're going to do next time, I just thought of it because I've been trashing 80s movies all night. On the next stream, we're going to do decades. We're going to do decades. Best decades ever. So yeah, there you go. There's Jay's link. And you people are amazing. Thank you. You've been beautiful. And we will speak soon.